Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Raju from Smart AI Technologies. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe and click on bell button. So this is the sixth part of complete data analysis using Excel. We also have so many videos on data science and machine learning. You can go to our channel and you can watch them. Okay, so we'll be continuing with where we left. So as a part of data analysis using Excel, today we are going to take up a concept called pivot table, which is very important. So at Max, wherever you see, okay, whenever the interviews, if you attend, this is more concentrated thing, pivot tables. So what is the importance of this and why what is given that much priority? So that we will check now. Initially, you need to go for here. So just go click on insert, then go and click on pivot tables. Now you need to select the area, but okay, you need to click on this table. Okay, so then you can click on pivot table, so it will be automatically selected. The table will be automatically selected. This one is automatically selected here. Okay, so you no need to worry about it. Okay, even if you want to select any reason which you want, for example, so in my case I want only this much reason. I want only this much reason, I can select like this, okay, manually. Otherwise by default, if I say insert pivot table, it will automatically select the entire table. If you want to select part of it, you can select manually. Once you do that, okay, you will be asked whether you're gonna create new that pivot table in a new page or in the same page. So you can give any option. In my case, I am giving by default a new page. Okay, so it will take me here. So what is the profit of pivot table and why we need to use it? What it will give? It will give us a summary of our data. For example, um, if in our data set, for example, here you see in my dataset I have age. Okay, so this is gender and this is salary. I just want to know how much total salary earned by female and how much total salary earned by male. Okay, so who is earning more? So like this summaries how we will get it. That will be done with help of pivot tables. So this was our pivot table. So here you need to click on this pivot table first, then you need to select. Here there are four options for you: report filter, column label, row label and values. In this case what I want is, here you need to select which variable you want as a column and which you want as a row. So in my case I want this gender as a row label. Okay, then I want salary as a column. No, sorry, I want say female with okay, let us say experience. Okay, column. So these are experience. Then I go for salary. So now what I will get? I will get a table of data where female and male are there with their experience, how much they are earning. Okay. So in the end, if you see, this is a grand total. This is earned by all females. Okay, this is earned by all males. Again, in this, for example, if you see this data, what it says: female with 1 year experience are earning 6,000, male with 1 year experience are earning 63,000, female with 2 year experience this much, and male with 2 year experience this much, 3 or 4 year experience, like this. Okay, where you are trying to get a complete summary. This is a one way of getting description. You can select what are the variables you want. For example, you want this also as a value, salary for experience, that also you get. Okay, salary for experience also you will get, salary also you will get. So whatever you want, all the data will be there. First one is salary, second one is salary for experience. Again, for second year experience with the 2 years, there is a salary and salary for experience for 3 years. Like this go, the summer will go on increasing. So what you want to understand from this is actually the most important insight for the data will be got in very little time. Okay, it will be faster, so we'll get insight in better way and faster way. So if you want to remove them, you can drag them back here. If you want to remove them, you can just take them back here. Okay, so you'll be having that empty pivot table here. You can click on here again. Now if I take is, if I want to uh, if I want to calculate how many female are there, how many male are there, we call it as a counting. So what to do for counting, how to do the counting? For that, for example, this female, actually this is a gender column, I made it as a female by mistake, I think. Let me change that later. Okay, this one, the same column. Okay, the gender column I will take as a row label, the same gender I'll take as a values. So now you can see females and their count, males and their count. So total there are 35 candidates. Is it fine? So this is a way of creating a count table. You can say count pivot table, a pivot table which gives us the count. So counting the values we can do under description. There are so many options here that we will check now. How many options are there, what we can do with them? So here if I select this, okay, this pivot table I'm selecting. Now initially it is a count, it is giving a count. So if I don't want count for female and male, I don't want count, so I want some other data. For example, take back here, I'll take female and male salary with experience as column, which one we took previously. So now to this data, what are the things I want to do extra is, for example, I don't want sum, I don't want grand sum here down, so I want some other values. So I need to click on here and value field setting. You can set what you want. By default it will be sum, by default it will be sum. Now if I want average, I don't want sum, if I want average, what I will get, the data will be changed. What this average is giving is, for example, females with 1 year experience, how many are there, their average will be taken, not sum, their average will be taken, that you can see here. Male with 2 year experience, there are few people, 2 to 3 people, their average will be taken, not their sum. For example, if I change back it to sum, it will give sum of all male people, male candidates salary. But if I do average, if I go for average, it will give average of salary of those candidates. It will be applied to entire values, entire column. Okay, the entire table, the entire table will be applied to this function. Same way, there are so many functions for you. Count is there, it will count. For example, if I click here, what it is giving is male with 2 year experience, above is experience, male with 2 year experience are 3 people, 3 candidates are there, count, it will give us the counts. Is it fine? So in the same way, female with 4 year experience are 3, number of people, number of counts, okay, values. In the same manner, you can go and check for some other details, some average, maximum and minimum, okay, and product multiplication, and count numbers are there, standard deviation, okay, variance, okay. So all these things are there, you can use them whenever it is required. So we checked count, sum, average. You can go for max and minimum also. For example, if I select max, what will happen, the maximum, or what is the maximum? For example, 1 year experience female, what is the maximum salary they are earning? Okay, male with 2 year experience, if there are 3 people, among 3 people the maximum earn is 25,000. Someone may earning 16,000, 12,000, but among them the maximum is 25,000. Okay, so this what the maximum will give us. The same manner, if we click for minimum, male with 2 year experience is earning 7,500 is the minimum. Okay, you can select for male with 1 year experience, 3,000 is the minimum. And wherever when you can check this one, 11 year experience, 22 lakh is the minimum for male. For female with a 10 year experience, minimum is 61,500. There are some candidates, but the minimum earning from that candidates with the 10 year experience is 61,500. So now you can go and check for some other product. It will be very huge, numbers will be very huge, because it will do the multiplication. So here product is not suitable function. Count numbers again, it will count the numbers. Okay, how many are there? Then you can go for standard deviation. What does the standard deviation say? If you know maths, standard deviation will be under root of the differences in the values. There you can see here it is 0. Why? Because the value should be more than 2, more than 1. Okay, so then only you can apply standard deviation between the values. So standard deviation, to be very general, it says what is the maximum difference, or what is the difference between two values, maximum difference between the two values. So the deviation from the reality. For example, if I have a 10 candidates with the salaries 70, around 70,000 to 1 lakh, okay, the standard deviation, what is this minimum or the maximum difference between their salaries, okay, that will be a standard deviation. So again, variance is square of the standard deviation. Again, you will get exactly like same values. Okay, so all these things you can implement it. Okay, and you can get better insight from the data. And once you do these things, let me take back it to some only. So you can see here the some data is there. Now I want to change the view of the table. I just want some good visual stuff. Then I can go here for view design. Okay, so then we can select any of these structures. Okay, the data will be very visually very good. Okay, so if I select this, you see how table looks like. Again, there are so many options for you. So like this, you can select either subtotal, grand total. Okay, better you can go better visual look by taking report layouts. Again, you can create many pivot tables. Okay, this is one thing that we are analyzing. But when you have a large data set, you will be having so much of data to do the analysis. Then if I take report filter, so in the report filter, I need to say, okay, which are the ages I am concentrating mainly on. Okay. So if I give 18, only it will select age 18 data. Filter, this is nothing but filter. Okay, so you are trying to add a filter on a pivot table. So I want detail, for example, if I want multiple selection, I want only details of these age people. Okay, I don't want an entire data set. So now you see. Okay, so these are all data which are related to only these age groups which we selected. So you can set up, you can add a filter. Okay, you can add a custom filter on pivot table. Okay, so that we did here. For example, here is, you can remove that also. You can drop here and you can remove. So there is a filter. you want, you can even go for, you can add your own custom filter also. For example, when it comes to age, I'll set greater than, and I want it around greater than 45 only. So then I will take that here. Okay, so when I take that, filter will be applied, and these values will be for the ages more than 45, that filter. Okay. So all these things can be applied. Okay, this is a way of applying your filter on pivot table. Okay, again I can go for value filter, then equals to is equal to, which is equal to say 25. Okay. So again, if I drag and drop here, this filter will be applied on your data set. Okay, that particular age data will be applied on your data set. Make this. So this is a way of getting summaries. Okay, summary of the data. Age details. Okay, so age details should be available for us even. Now you can play with the data like this. Okay, you can apply it on some other columns. For example, if you want to create new pivot table, for example, again you need to click on this data, then you can click on insert, then you can click on pivot table, and okay, so then you can again create any pivot table of salary and gender. It will be there. Okay, after this, if you want to add a filter, okay, so say you want to add a filter on age. Okay, so on this, now here you select, I want this data only on, okay, only on say 17 to 23 I want. I don't want any other age details. So when I do, I will get only that data. Some of salaries of only this much aged people, maybe female or male. You may not get like this explanation where a pivot table plus filters used. Okay, so that we are trying to apply it here. So this will be very useful using pivot table plus filters to bring up a great insight out of the data available. This was all about today's class. We studied how to use pivot tables to get our analysis. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like our channel. Thank you very much.